Hello and welcome to Outerworld's InnerWorld. Today in episode 3 we have myself, David Hartley, Anthony Song, Tyler Norris, Nicholas Hill and Alex Blandin. Say hi guys.
Hi guys.
Hello friends.
Hiya.
Alright, so today we are going to be talking about the latest AGP, which was in Collinsville, and it was a special one because it was the first Alice Cluster event they had in America. So we have the winner, Nicholas Hill, and third place Anthony Song, and also the top 8 players Alex Blandin and Tyler Norris as well. So, guys, how did you enjoy the AGP? Was it good for you guys?
I mean, obviously it was good.
Yeah, good for
right?
you.
Like, honestly, actually, besides winning the thing, it was pretty tilting because so driving out there, we got stuck in traffic. Some person had an accident in a construction site, and they had to get hella acted out. So we saw the helicopter fly around. I have to leave. So I was the first day I was on 4 hours of sleep. It was fun.
Yikes. For me, since it was my first AGP, I guess I was pretty pleased with the top 8 finish. Kind of sucked getting paired against my teammate in top 8, but I mean, at least someone from our team was guaranteed an invite, which is pretty juice. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. The event went pretty smooth, at least from my end. I liked it a lot.
I had a really good time. I felt like the event ran really, really well, so there's nothing too crazy going on or massive pauses between matches like there have been before. But
yeah, so it wasn't like Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is the first tournament that I've played in a month where something hasn't gone horribly wrong. I played in AGP Vegas last month, and then Team Charlotte, where 1,500 people dropped at round 5 because the tournament software just crashed.
Were you one of those people?
No, I was one of those scrubs still in top 8 contention, so I had... This is miserable. But anyways, I interrupted Alex. I was gonna say.
Were you gonna say anything? Yeah. Did you like the event, Alex? Until the top 8?
I mean, I've been to a lot of events, and it was definitely one of the smoother run ones. That's for certain.
Okay, so kudos.
I didn't have any issues, at least. So.
All right, so you guys all made top 8, of course, but you made top 8 with a variety of different decks. You guys from Team Ogre both played Dark Alice, whereas the two guys from Outerworld played Shion and some RR Matchstick Control Abomination. So you guys.
We'll talk about it.
So yeah, we'll start with the Dark Alice because not many people were pinned Dark Alice to do so well. Anthony Song, you got first in Swiss, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, and your record was some
701.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
How was your tournament experience? I mean, did Dark Alice really pull out all the stops for you? Did you think it was the correct choice?
She did really well.
Did you bring Dark Alice just because you were expecting a lot of Necrolance and they had favourable matchups?
Oh yeah, that's basically the reason we were expecting tons of Necrolance, and we're like, let's play Dark Alice.
I mean, Dark Alice,
How many Necrolance did you guys play against?
I played against, I think it was 4 of them.
Right?
Yeah, 4 of them, and I was on the draw every single game, and I 2-0'd all of them.
That sounds pretty good.
I faced 2 of them in rounds, 7 and 8? Okay. And, and I 2-0'd 1, and then went to 3 games because I drew 2 Schrodingers in 2 turns in the game 1 in round 8. Which is pretty scary, but I don't know. Dark Alice she's just so good because she just comes out and just kills everything. And that and Matchstick Girl, if you resolve a Matchstick Girl and they don't kill it right away, you kind of just win the game.
Did you have any hard matchups with the deck?
Well, the Dark Alice mirror is really awkward.
I can imagine that would be very grindy.
I had it once. I had it once in Swiss, and it took us 35 minutes for game 1 until someone's Dark Alice finally got killed. I mean, and to show how bad it was for whoever's on the draw, is my opponent had 2 barriers out to my 1, and I still won. It's such a stupid matchup.
It's really
Was-
bad.
Was
Like
it
we did it the night before in our rooms, and I was just like, "This is the worst game of Force of Will I played in my entire life."
It was, because you can't play any of your creatures, because if you do, they just kill them and Dark Alice comes out and kills you. And you can't play any of your kill spells, because they're not playing their creatures either. So you kind of just sit there and call stones for 6 turns until someone starts to, like,
Do things.
do things.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast this Matchstick Girl because it's better than discarding, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
So would you
And
like
so,
the Dark Elf would be?
I played some Magic formats where you're just like, yeah, I got like 8 cards in hand. This one. I don't care about this card. I count it. All right, go.
Sure.
So for the Dark Hours Alice mirror match, did you two play the last round of Swiss against each other?
No, I played the mirror in round 6 is when I
Okay.
played
So
the
I
mirror.
thought I heard
Yeah.
like, you guys played or something at some point.
Oh, if we would have had to play, it would have been really dumb.
And then I played the mirror
Oh,
in
they're
round 3 or 4, and that's where I drew. So
Okay, I can understand that.
Oh, I didn't know that your draw actually. Oh yeah, because that was against Driz.
yeah.
Oh, I bet he was
Yeah.
happy that Dark Hours did so well. So,
Yeah, he was pretty pleased when we were talking to him. For hard matchups though, I think the other, like at least for me, because I think I just approached it wrong, was like the hard reflect control deck.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I just approached it wrong. Like in my first game, I lost 1-0. We didn't get to finish the second game, and then for my draw that I had was against reflect control, and I had like figured it out in that match just a little bit too late. I didn't think about it enough, but I at least forced a draw so that I could continue playing today.
It's good. So, looking for your deck lists, is there anything you guys would change after the event, or any like tips you can give to people if they want to try that out?
When the
Okay, Alex is gone.
The robot.
Yes, I agree, Alex. I agree. Yes.
Yeah. We all agree.
Yes. Alex is the greatest. Right.
Personal changes. I don't know. Maybe Hera in the main. I found myself siding it in a lot after deciding not to play it.
Which is weird because I cited it in Hera like in maybe 2 games. If you
I think it might have just been our matchups, but I was siding in Hera like every match, and it was like working out really, really well. But other than that, it's like I don't know if I'd really suggest anyone really like. You can make some kind of variation of it, but there's a new set that's going to be dropping, so it's
like
pretty
this.
worthless to do anything right now. that 2-drop discard spell is going to be pretty
yeah, it's
juiced
gonna be
up.
nutty.
Yeah.
That card's
It's like
pretty
the
sweet.
first like real like RNG we have in this game, besides like
Wait a minute.
calling stones and stuff.
It's just a magic card, man. It's just
I
a
mean,
card.
It's half of him.
No,
Yeah.
it's literally super. There's a magic card. It's just 2 colorless black. That card.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Just literally a magic card.
So
That's
maybe
it.
And I mean,
to
Yep.
Nick Keel, you won the event with your deck.
yeah.
Do you have any special names to call your deck, or shall I just make one up for it?
I mean, so the full name is Outerworld Matchstick, sponsored by Ultimate Guard. Full name every time, because Ultimate Guard is to give me sleeves for the events I play in, so I have to make sure that they get their kickback too. And of course, Outerworld is the team we're part of. So,
Makes perfect
but
sense.
honestly, you can just call it, a pile of cards.
Good stuff for that deck.
Yeah, like 5 color good stuff. Cross my fingers because if I flip 3 Windstones, the game's probably over. Like, there's lots of like. So I only lost. I played against Necrolance 4 times on day 1 and 2 times in top 8.
Yeah.
And the only games I lost were when I would go Moonbreeze Memoria into Windstone. And then they would just like play Alliance a lot. Oh, they would also have full cards. And I would just be like, where's the justice in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
My deck's exploding, your deck's like not drawing me. I guess I'll just take it.
Yeah, it happens.
And the reason I think that it's such a good choice in the format is because if you just really look at everyone's stone deck, it's just like, besides the Lancelot decks, where my main deck and my sideboard are heavily geared towards beating that matchup with, Persia, which is very hard for them to deal with efficiently until you just go up the removal spell chain. And eventually, you get to a point where you're stabilized, and then the game's effectively over because no matter what happens, they can't ever put any pressure on your life total. Then you get to a point where you're bouncing their Lancelots because if they skipped calling stones in order to start tutoring,
like they flip like turn 4, and then you can maneuver them quite easily. And
then you get to turn back on your Wall of Winds because if they have 3 stones, you bounce the Lancelot. They have to call another stone to play their Lancelot. And it's just that's the problem that I have with the red decks in the format. Is that if you stabilize against them, then they don't really have that much reach.
Yeah,
you can play around like
no
1 or 2
spells anymore. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the same for the Dark Alice decks. Just because Soul Hunt literally just ruined every Necrolance deck out there.
Yes. Pure gas.
It's actually the Soul Hunt's actually another one that's pretty much a Magic card.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Except the Magic card costs 2 mana and 1.
Yeah, that card also kills a land.
Yeah.
Was it Smallpox?
Yeah, Smallpox.
Yeah. Smallpox.
Oh wait, and it does 1 damage.
Yeah, Smallpox does 1 damage. It's better. I'm sad though that not a lot of people are playing Izanami with Soul Hunt. I had a lot of fun brewing with those 2 cards when looking at CMS.
Yeah, we had 2 in our main. She did all right on the day. The discard is pretty good after you've
Soul Crush.
Drained them. It is draw step. Okay, at the end of your draw step, you just discard.
It's just like I got a removal spell, man.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, I got a free one.
So throughout the whole event, you only dropped 1 match, I think, and that was your feature match.
Yes, it was. You can see
of course.
Yeah,
you can see my stone deck explode.
Yeah, you pretty much hit your rulers from Memorial like no regalia, and you.
Oh yeah, that was a common occurrence during the day. Actually, I would mull 4, mull 5, and then I wouldn't get roll.
Solid 10 regalia as well.
Yeah,
Side in an extra 2.
You can side in an extra 2. I mean, generally speaking, after board, your regalia counts are probably 7 to 10, depending on the matchup. For the aggressive matchups, you stay at 10 because you really need to hit your tap lands. For the slower matchups, you can afford, if things are going wrong, to have a few tap lands.
Mm-hmm. And then, talking about your regalia, you didn't play any copies of Levitate. Is there any particular reason why you felt like you didn't need it?
It's a kind of card that I call a crutch card. You don't ever win a game with Leviathan. It just allows the game to be easier. Mm-hmm. So the games that you win with Leviathan, you can easily win without it. You just have to play a little tighter, And the fact is that with a control deck, and the fact that you're playing R&R, what are you really doing with the haste? You're tutoring. Well, you can just wait till your opponent's turn to tutor. It's not like you're getting a Gwyver or you're getting something, Pumpkin Witch to kill them that turn where you really need to it. But you see, I just like to wait.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because it's like almost the exact opposite for Dark Alice because she's just that big booty bitch that just
goes
nuts.
You're roller bait. You can't wait. That's your win condition. You got one.
Yeah, we got our lave. Here she comes.
All right. Yeah.
She has massive quick fast. Okay, so is there any changes you'd like to make to your list going forward, or do you think it's perfect as it is? Because some cards in the side deck, some people are questioning the Firestone and the Avatar Alice. Some people aren't too sure on what.
Firestone's very important.
Talking through
against Necrolance. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so against Necrolance, Firestone, you have to board out your Undealing Blazer Moria. Because if you ever see that against a Necrolance deck, you're probably just dead.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that your lands come to play on tap. It's a Fire Will, which is important for Demon Flame, so you have a 50-50 chance on hitting Red Will on your first turn. And so it makes it so that all of your first turn stones besides the Moonbeam Moria are good. You can either cast Demon Flame or Wall of Wind.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, no one plays around Demon.
Yeah. And the
if you have a Firestone up, they play lands while they're attacking.
The 15.
Yeah, and Avatar Alice is just a
big.
It's a curve bender.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the slower matchup, it's important to have something like that because you can sneak it in, and you also need to be able to win with the clock.
It's his Dark Alice.
Yeah, you need something. And that's the reason for Prisia too. The 4th Prisia is that sometimes you need to win a game in 10 minutes. You just need to be able to decide and,
Yep.
Pressure sucks. I don't know how you did good with that card. That card is awful.
I think it's pretty strong, Alex.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm getting sick of holding my thing, so I'm just going to shut the camera off because I'm on a phone.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of holding my phone.
Okay, it's gonna mess up everyone else's camera.
We can also talk about Prisia. Like, it's very interesting that usually you see Prisia in aggressive decks, and you don't see it that much in control decks, where I think she really shines. Because not only is she a fast clock, but she's also a removal spell. Like, if you ever untap with a Prisia in play, it means that you have a solid answer for your opponent's next threat, while also putting pressure on them, while also having your own counterspell to back it up.
I understand what you mean. It's very good.
The target attack is so relevant.
Yeah, it's like a big part of why the
It's like a 3-cost removal spell that they have to answer.
I mean, that's half the reason why Dark Alice is so relevant. Her natural target attack is nuts.
Yeah. Welcome to the Abyss, folks.
So, now that the event's over, are any of you guys planning on going to the next Alice Cluster AGP in Las Vegas? Not Las Vegas, sorry, Los Angeles?
I can't go.
I don't know. I think I'll let someone else win one.
Yeah,
Slam!
Alex is planning to go to.
Honestly, I can't attend. Also, it's pretty far away.
Yeah,
I will be
you don't
there,
need to go either.
and I will be in Top Cut.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I mean, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't need
Will give me my pants back.
I mean,
Why did you leave them behind?
I didn't mean to. It was just like I don't know.
Alright, you
Always
did. You're
said
like, this is
something.
my territory, I'll just mark it.
with your pants.
That was my 4th favorite pair of pants too, so I'm kind of disappointed.
Wow, he's fighting
Fourth
this.
favorite? How many different pairs of pants do you rank?
Okay, so I have like
There's a top 8.
I only have 2 pairs of
He wears the
pants
second.
that aren't jeans, and they were both in my top 4.
Do you have like a lucky pair of pants? Do you like have the lucky underoos? You got like a little.
No, I have like 3 basketball shorts that I switch between.
Not many. It's not that many shorts, man.
Yeah,
I have
man.
3 basketball shorts, 3 khaki shorts, and 5 pairs of jeans.
Okay, I'm gonna start you a GoFundMe.
Tell us more about
for
your wardrobe.
basketball. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for Alex's wardrobe.
Yeah, could you get like a fashion show? Right now?
I probably have over like 30 pairs of boxers though. No joke.
Oh jeez. Listen, ladies, Alex Blandin, 30 pairs of blocks.
Most of the time I just walk around in my house in my boxers, so like that's my main outfit.
Wait, does that mean? Is that what you were doing? Is that why you turned off your camera?
So, yeah, okay, let's just forget his pants for now. And his other
Staring
clothes
us,
and
the
whatnot.
spectacle.
Because I'm sure everyone's very interested in what Alex wears. So, Alex, you decided to play Shion. Now, going up to then, you were very confused on what you wanted to play. You weren't sure if you were going to play Control or some Necrolance deck, but you ended up picking Shion along with the other 2 members from Outerworld who went. Why did you decide to pick Shion in the end?
Well, really, whoever had beat me 2-0 probably with any deck before, like the day before the event, I probably would have played their deck, and that man just happened to be Royce Townsend, who beat me with his Dark Shion list. And I was like, alright, well, I guess I'll just play this. So I kind of just picked it up. I really like Scorn. Like, in my mind, Scorn was like the key for a control deck to beating Necrolance. At least to me, and then you had Soul Hunt, which was actually just ended up being better than Scorn. Like
So
Soul
good.
Hunt was
So good.
insane against the rush decks. Like, especially because we're all focused on Regalia now, so they're automatically down 1 card because they need it for their stone. Sometimes more than that. Sometimes they're down 2 cards because they play like 2 Regalia. That's, like, especially if they're like Apollo or Leviathan or just anything that's not Orb. Essentially, they minus out really fast. So you can just drain their board in and like super fast with Soul Hunt.
It's super true because I was on the play against Necrolance in round 7, and I scorned him turn 1, and then on his turn he went like Orb, and what was it? It was like Orb, Lancelot, and swung in, and then I Soul Hunted him the next turn, and he was just like kind of defeated. Because he had like nothing left in his hand, and he was like stuck doing, and he didn't have anything but red stones, so he had no way to like try to gain any more card advantage, and he was just like sitting there like, man, this sucks.
Night deck. I mean, that's another thing.
Mhm.
I see like all these players playing orbs in their aggro decks, and I'm just like, what is happening?
Hey, I like Orbin in aggro decks.
I agree with it just because they
I like
run
it
out
in
of
this
gas fast.
And you have
Like-
to because of the rulers
I
thing.
mean,
Mhm.
there's not enough cards to actually play without orb, but it just to me it just seems that this format right now just isn't very healthy for aggro. Despite the fact that half the top 8 was Necroland, I would say that like
It wasn't even half. It was
It
only
was
2
like-
Necrolands.
There's only
two?
two.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
as long as
two.
I play
Yeah.
both of them, my
Yeah.
we did it, boys.
Nick casually beat every Necrolance player that showed up at the event.
So let's just say that like starting from like round like 5, I just kept playing Necrolance.
I played 4 Necrolance. I lost the dice roll against all of them, and I was like, okay, well this means round 8 I was due for the die win in a non-Necrolance deck, and sure enough, the last round I got to play 4 Sacred Beasts, and I won the dice roll. I was done in like 25 minutes.
I actually started the tournament and ended the tournament facing 4 Secret Beasts.
Yeah, I won 1 die roll that entire day, so
I think I won
and that was
Yeah.
against
I mean, you're playing you're playing a 4X Soul Hunt deck, I assume. So like,
yeah, so it's
you
not
want to
that
lose the
big.
die roll. Like, you're just like hoping. You're just like, come on, aggro deck.
Yeah, but if you open
I
if you open Scorn into Soul Hunt or Scorn into another Scorn into a Soul Hunt, you just like win the game.
Because
Like
they have
you-
like
Oh,
cards.
I
They
think
can't
the win
cancel
rate-
your plays after that.
I
can
think the win rate was like honestly like 100% if you opened Soul Hunt and scored in your opener. Like
yeah.
they? And you
I'm
don't
not-
miss your black.
it's like pretty juice.
Yeah, like I like if people are looking for a deck to play, I would probably shy away from the Necrolance strategies unless
'Cause
you
everyone's
really
still
want to
trying
play
to
with
beat it.
Necrolance.
I'd say play that Scion deck. That thing looks so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, the Hydromonica in some situations was better than the Reflect Filter, because I was just like, when I had like 2 or 3 of them out, I was just like digging through my, like, I could just see whatever card I wanted to, essentially. And the deck has so much draw, too, so like, you can like, before untap, you rig your draw, or before draw, you rig your draw, then after untap, you could play some like Hera or Muse, and then you could rig the draw for that, too. So like, you were just like finding whatever card you needed, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, even if you didn't find it with all the filtration, you can just pay him will and stack your deck. Just,
Yeah.
Vampiric Tutor, the magic card is called Vampiric Tutor. That's very powerful.
Yeah, it's the same exact.
Yeah, that card's just casually really
I'm not
good.
any guy who's damage.
Like Hydromonica, when I first saw Hydromonica, I just looked at them. I'm like, what is happening?
That's something else, too. Empiric
I was
Tutor that
planning-
does more.
I was playing it in Tree just because, like, you're playing Tree. What do you care? You just need to be able to like search for your Alices. I was playing 4X Alice, like mana rampant Alices. How do you deal? You even had Cheshire Cats. You could like cap back the card you don't want. So.
Hello?
We're still here.
So Jeremy says hi, by the way. He's just messaged me. He wants to join, but I'm not gonna let him because I'm savage. It would mess up the cameras and whatnot, and
I'd say
and
it's
other
yeah.
other reasons. Sorry, Jeremy. Maybe next time. Also, I don't want any like arguments starting with Alex or whatnot. I don't know how you're.
Oh no,
If you're
me
okay.
and
They're
Jared.
fine.
You guys are fine.
Oh no.
Okay, so
Me and
okay,
Jared
let's
are
start
both
this.
cool.
Let's open this can of worms right now for you guys to understand. So, if you're watching the live stream,
Nice segue.
the feature match, after the top 8 match between, oh no, it's the top 4 match between Anthony and the Four Sacred Beast guy. You guys took
Oh,
wait. So what am I doing? It was the top 8. It was
Yeah,
after,
it was in top 8.
Yeah, what's up, man?
yeah, when the
After
beast guy,
I won.
the beast guy.
No.
He was Andrew Newman, played against the Four Sacred
Yep.
Beast guy, which
No.
was Steve
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was top 8.
Andrew Newman got like demolished in like 20 minutes, and then Ryan Miles was just talking, telling us how the other top 8 matches were going, and then he was saying how Alex Blandin and Jeremy Franklin had stopped, and you got like stuck behind some curtains, like the dreaded curtains of doom. So we weren't sure what was going on behind the curtain, so we weren't sure if like you were getting molested by Rob or something, but
We were worried for a minute.
So-
Okay, so
so
here's what
yeah,
happened.
so what happened exactly? Because
There was a player who, I'm not going to name, but I'm sure most of the people can figure it out if they investigate a little bit. So he had been banned from a previous card game, I believe it was Pokemon or something along those lines, and a couple people came up to me throughout the day and just like said, "Oh, he's like a cheater. Watch out if you play him. Like, be careful. Like, he's a cheater. Blah blah blah." And I was like, I hear lots of rumors. It's a CCG. Like, I hear a bunch of people say people are cheaters, whatever. I don't necessarily believe anything until I see it, but like I got so many complaints about this guy that I was like, all right, whatever, I'll watch him just to see what I think. And so I finished my last 2 rounds pretty early. Like, I think I finished the like 7th one in like 30 minutes or something, and the other one in like 25. So I watched both his last 2 rounds. Now, mind you, I'm not going to get too descriptive, but I'll just say his deck was not good. It was a combo deck that did not seem very consistent in my personal experience. And it didn't seem like its win condition was good enough where it should have been able to go 6-1-1, I think is what he went, or 7-1, whatever he went. And I observed him play, and basically what I observed was he shuffled in a way where he could quickly flip the bottom card and observe what it was. I watched him do it actually in one of the games. I watched him do it twice in this game, where he had his hand on the deck and would shuffle the deck, and when his opponent would look away, he would quickly snap his hand so he could see the bottom card of his deck, and then go back to shuffling it. Not to mention numerous soft cheats and slow playing. His opponent, he acted friendly for most of the games, so his opponents never really called him on the soft cheats. Like, I think I saw him activate Reflect twice in one turn, and his opponent had caught him and just said, "Oh, it's fine, just don't draw the card," or whatever. But he got 2 slow play warnings, and just after watching him for 2 rounds, I was almost like 99% sure that he was cheating, or if not, he was just a total scumbag based on his demeanor. He actually got called for bullying his opponent at one point. But anyway,
in the last round?
Yeah, that was the last round. But
never continue the story without showing who the person is, because it's going to be pretty obvious towards the end of the story.
I don't want to name. I'm not going to name it. Like, people will figure it out anyways. So, like, it's
you're in the top 8. The other top 8 matches have finished. You're still playing, and then someone tells you the results and who's made top 4. So you know who's already gone and earned an invite. You yourself already have an invite at this point. So if you make top 4, the invite will pass down to 5th place.
So essentially it went down like this.
What happened?
I didn't want to take the chance that someone who's a known cheater would go to Worlds. I saw what happened when the Italian judge had messed up last year, where everybody ragged on him and said, "Oh, Italians are cheaters, the whole US group blew up, blah blah blah," like all this. I didn't want that happening to us this year, and I certainly didn't want to have to play him and get cheated myself. So I decided that if I could prevent him from getting an invite by scooping, that I would do it. I said in our world, I had mentioned in our Worlds group chat that I was going to scoop just to prevent him from getting the invite, which there was nothing wrong with that. So when I went there, Jeremy had approached me and said that he had heard about it prior, and I guess another player had messaged him on Facebook and told him that I was intending to scoop. I just told him, yeah, I'm going to scoop to you based on the results. I was totally unaware that this was, I guess, illegal at this point. Jeremy was just like, all right, well, I'm just going to play normally. He had no idea other than I was just going to concede to him to prevent this guy from getting his invite. So we played it out. I had mentioned it, I said it to the judges too, that I was intending to scoop. The issue was that I had waited to see the results of 2 other matches, and that's considered a rigging tournament outcome. I can't actually wait. I didn't wait. We played at a normal game pace, but I essentially waited to see the results before I decided to scoop.
Oh, so kind of like the happenstance of. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's under a technicality. But there is good news to this story, though, because since Alice got DQ'd without prize, Jim McMahon...
Oh.
We
Goodbye,
They're
goodbye,
doing a
Nick.
fundraiser.
Oh, he's gone.
Hello?
Yeah, am I back?
I think you're
Am I back?
okay.
Yep. Yeah. Alright, say it again. Start over.
So Alex got
Okay,
kicked
yeah,
out
so,
because of this
alright.
technicality thing about him trying to stop the shooter from going.
So they're gonna they're gonna raffle off the acrylic that should have been Alex's, and I think is that what he posted in the Force of Will.
Yeah, it's going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Are you sure? I thought it says that he's working on a fundraiser for.
No, it's going to.
Oh no, that's a different fundraiser
Yeah,
that they're
that's
doing.
something else which you won't get into.
And hopefully David will have a link for you in the comments to that.
Oh yeah, if you want to try and get this acrylic blazer,
I think it's already been sold.
it's already been sold. Oh, Matt
Already been sold?
Hawkins.
Never mind.
Ooh.
I think someone mentioned that it went for like $350 for St. Jude's.
That's cool.
That's good.
For an acrylic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So-
Good. But a lot for a good cause.
Yeah, it's perfect cause.
I did not lose my Worlds invite either, which was awesome.
Okay.
So,
That would have been.
But you did ruin your
Right.
streak of getting second place. So
I did, but I mean, me and Jeremy were in game 3. I felt that I had the edge at this point.
You made some
I-
questionable plays towards the end.
Okay,
don't give in amongst your teammates.
so I went to, Jeremy had barrier out, and I went to flip Xion. He had barrier and
And they
horn,
ignored you,
and I
yeah.
remember the horn.
What was that play
I
about?
remembered the horn and the barrier for the Xion. So my plan was, I tried to shortcut, and he wouldn't let me shortcut, and I was like, oh, he's actually going to activate the horn. But I had 2 Hydra Monicas out, but I forgot. I had 5 mana, I had to pay 4 to flip, but I forgot that I couldn't use the other Hydra Monica because it costed an extra mana. So my plan was, if he horned me, I was just going to activate the other Hydra Monica and stack the card back on top
Okay.
with my extra mana. But I forgot it
Whoopsie-doodles.
cost
Yeah.
because of the
Also,
barrier.
he may have
You're
flipped
so
with that
pro,
double.
Alex.
He may have flipped with that double blue.
So,
Like,
there was that, but I was in a stable position because he was going to. My Xion was untapped. He was just going to swing with his Lancelot. I was going to take 1,000. I was at 26 at this point, so I would go to 1,600 when he has the Necro equipped. And then on my turn, I was going to double Space-Time Anomaly him and use my remaining Hydra Monica to stack a Lucifer. So he would have been choked at 4 mana, no matter what he played next turn, unless it was double Lance, and I think I would have had killed 3 at that point, so it wasn't possible. He couldn't produce enough damage to kill me, and at which case I would just play Lucifer, and I think that was the end, because he would just have to keep continuously bouncing it, not to mention I had Xion's God's Art ready.
no, you didn't. You didn't have double blue.
I had double blue.
No, you had four.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to call a stone.
We had to be there.
Yeah,
so what
I was
going
going to call a stone, and then I would have
This
Xion's
was the
God's
turn after he just threw away a Hera for no reason.
Art. I didn't.
He threw away a Hera and a music.
So,
He just inputted it to the face.
Barrier.
Welcome to our team's InnerWorld where teammates
Oh, just
argue
good.
between themselves.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sure that if Alex was playing without any sort of,
Well,
let's just say that they came back after the liberation. He started playing, and that's when he's play degraded. So I mean, again,
they told it was just like this. They talked to us. They asked us both if we thought we were what happened. I told them my story was fine. Jeremy told them his story, and it was fine. The only issue was that Jeremy had showed them the messages on his phone to prove that he wasn't lying about us not colluding, and unfortunately, in showing them the messages, that made it premeditated on my end, which made it, that's how they determined that I was rigging the matches. Although I didn't ask that player to go and message Jeremy, he just did so on mistake, and it kind of just opened the whole can of worms. So, but no, me and Jeremy are fine. Jeremy did nothing wrong. Jeremy, I told Jeremy I was scooping. He had nothing to do with it.
yeah. For what it's worth, I agree with Alex's stance. Simply because, innocent until proven guilty, but unnamed player, has a history. So,
I mean, the other thing too is, I know people refuse to be on stream for numerous reasons, but the guy was playing a crappy combo deck that required him to have 4 specific cards on turn 3 or 4. As soon as they tell him he's on stream, he's like, I don't want to be on stream. and they're like, you signed a waiver, and he was like, oh, well, I'm not signing a waiver next time, and they're like, all right, you go on stream or you get match loss, and he lost in 20 minutes.
So anyways.
Okay, so let's wrap up this AGP story. So, you guys all made top 8. Well done, guys.
Thanks.
Some of you got some invites, so you're going to Worlds in September. Are you guys gonna be looking? Are you guys still interested in playing the game until you get to Worlds? Because you got the A4 coming out in 2 weeks or so. Are you guys gonna be playing some of those cards? Do you like the new? Do you like the cards which are coming out?
Yeah, playing with? Who knows? I mean, like...
You've already got like, the best prizes you can get so far, so...
Yeah, but I'll definitely be writing more content. I do enjoy looking at cards. So if you do like, what I've written before, you'll look forward to seeing more of it. I like doing a set review usually, where I just talk about what I think about each card in the set. And I usually put a few sample deck lists for the new rulers. Though these rulers, they don't really excite me that much.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're all pretty lame.
Yeah, I don't like how they're like, they're trying to do the Monty, because then they just print stones, and you're like, oh, you're playing that stone, you're definitely playing that ruler.
Like half of them have that effect where if you have 4 copies of the same stone, it's gonna do something cool. But then
good thing I'm playing
10 copies. It's cool. It's just like you don't even win the game; you just get ahead.
Yeah.
It's a win more condition for the long shot.
You don't even win the game though; you just get ahead. You're just like,
you're like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool, I guess. And like when you flip it, when you don't have that condition, you're just like, oh, I drew a card.
Okay, so we spoke a bit about the A4 cards last episode, but so we'll quickly go over this episode. Which of your favourite cards? Do you have any favourite cards from the new set which you think are going to be cool?
Well, we already touched
Nick doesn't like any cards, I guess.
Oh no, I think all the cards are super flavorful, and from a non-competitive standpoint, this set is sweet. Like the fact that there's a trap card that just generates a bunch of rabbits. That's sweet. There's this rabbit Kaguya Lord of the Rabbits. Like that's cool.
If you like rabbits,
like actually one of the cards I do like is the colorless green instant that you gain 1,000 life or you return in Resonator with 2 or less.
Oh, the card is so good.
Yeah. So the colorless red guy, he flips to draw cards. It's also a 600 for 2. That guy, there might be a deck there. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, which guy?
Also, you can return the new reflective. The first shift card, the colorless red guy that flips for 2 colorless and a blue.
The blue one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just it. Also, the new reflect ruler, being able to access your graveyard as a real resource is very powerful. It's always been powerful in card games, and that card allows you to do that while also having the added benefit of sometimes gaining you the last little bit of life you need to win the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tyler, do you have any card you like?
Obviously, the 2-drop black discard spell was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. What was the? I don't remember the name of it, but it's based off that magic card, like Shape Anew or whatever.
Oh, the machine guy.
Yeah, I just want to build a BS machine combo deck just for fun.
Yeah,
because
good,
it looks like it'll be fun. Also, that interdimensional card, the 3.
Yo, don't
get
started on that card.
Yo,
that card is insane.
Yo.
Also, there may be. I might be trying to play some Galapis. So I might be trying to get the globe into play and then activate.
Things like it'll happen. You'll get the 5 different attributes, and you just have to get rid of a void.
Yeah.
And then
it feels really bad when they marry them.
Destroy it with a Mary Bell.
Oh yeah. That's like the worst, Alex. Why would you even wish that upon me?
If that thing gets Mary Bell, you're so sorry.
I just want to say that you can machina for it. It's
the casual tutor.
You can tutor for it, man.
Yeah.
You draw a card, then you pay 7 will. You're like, oh, yeah. Win it. And then you can win the game twice.
Yeah, twice.
Right. Win the game.
Yeah.
Victory drag.
Then I was waiting for them to. I was pretty excited for when they printed that blue wizard, the 4-drop. I mean, I don't really know if it's going to be really amazing or anything, but I was just glad that they like printed the card that lets you get a spell back from your grave, which is nice.
Yeah.
And sometimes,
So it's reverse Oz in my eyes. It's like
This game should just need
Oz's sister.
Snapcatcher.
no.
It's not going to
Snapcaster
probably
would be fine in this game.
it would be unplayable.
Snapcaster mates would be awesome.
For
It's
those
like
non-magic
it would be
players,
it'd be
what
like it wouldn't be
Suck
as
Card
good as this. I think. The control decks don't really like on turn 5. You can't just be playing a value card. You have to be really doing something like putting like that 1900 worth of flying power into play. Like
Or I don't know. Maybe that was that 5-drop red guy.
yeah, the high drop red guy. That guy actually
Aliceris?
Yeah, Aliceris. Yeah,
yeah.
He is quite
he's
big.
kind of cool.
What?
I don't know. Yeah. I think my favorite card's the Priscilla card.
Which card?
The Priscilla.
Okay.
The one which
Oh, yeah,
flips.
she seems really good too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Persea Flip card. She's interesting in that like there are ways you can use her, but it depends on the format. Because depending on the format, like cards like that will be either really good or very unplayable. It just like depends on how many actual resonators are floating around. You know, how much is it really based on resonator versus resonator combat, or are all the resonators utility guys that always use their effect, and so the guys you're stealing are just like turtles.
Yeah.
Have this vanilla.
I played a game before with the new cards against Aaron Miles, and he played the new Galapis, which when you summon it, you search for a 12 apostles. So he gets the 15-15
For the globe, right?
no, it gets a 15-15 die, which when it does damage, you take the same amount. So I don't want to lose to this card, so I summon my own Priscilla in Sylvanas mode. So he doesn't just wreck me. And then he plays his own Sylvanas, and then he plays the Levitate and sacks it to steal my Sylvanas. And then he does it again to steal my own guy, and I'm like, I've just got screwed over so much. So
yeah, it's
very good, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely very powerful in certain matchups. I'm not sure if it would be a mainboardable card, or if it's the kind of card I don't like mainboarding. Because I like having my my mainboard deck be very, very full of generic cards that are just good, or there's not very
generic card that is just good though. I mean, what's it matched against apart from a deck which is heavily controlled, like last formats are our control, where it just didn't play any guys.
Yeah.
I mean, the real moral of the
that
story.
could very well just be like the best deck. You don't know, like.
The real moral of the
seems
story
like
is
kind of card
Norris and machines, which people are hyping.
Late
is
is not.
Okay.
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
we'll
there's definitely a lot of interesting cards in this new set.
The best card is definitely Escape, Interdimensional Escape. That card just changes the way
I think that's the second best card because the first best card actually changes how the way the game is played. It's the black kill spell for day rulers.
Oh, the moon.
That card is well. So Interdimensional Escape, they're both very powerful options. That just not being able to chase to the kill spell is
nuts.
It's huge. It makes it so that whenever you flip your J ruler, you have to be wary of that card. You just have to make sure that you can just not lose to Death Sight plus that card, because certain decks will just lose to Death Sight full priority.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's like,
especially if the dual stones come back. So then, if RR can just casually do whatever it wants and play one copy in a deck and just go get it.
I mean, that can already happen. It's like, like my deck, like you just change the stone base of my deck up, and you can just do that.
Do that.
Yeah, and like in the mirror, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. You wait, if your opponent never taps out and you have 4 counters, you immediately go grab that card and then flip back on their turn, and then you just have that card in your hand. And
speaking of which, the new card got spoiled today. It's a one green mana instant. It says flip your J ruler back.
Yeah.
So it can do some things to play around it a bit, I guess, but
I think that's cool in Blazer. You get that.
Yeah, exactly. You can activate if it's got imperishable, they'll probably activate again, and then you can just sack your Blazer back, kill it again.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's cute. I think the first mode is much better. The one that lets you just return your own guy, because they like.
It's like an Apollo.
Again, I mean, I'm not sure if I'll probably get outshined because Apollo is in the same format, but it's an interesting option, definitely. Like, there's a magic card like that, and one of my friends made.
There's always a
magic card.
Yeah, there is. One of my friends made it his death by playing. It's card called Saving Grasp, and it's just one white for return a guy, and he would always play one of in his deck, and it would just blow people out because he'd trying to like kill your feature, and then no. Good.
I don't know. Maybe we get to use Dark Alice's ability twice to blow up stuff.
If Dark Pandora was still around, that'd be sweet.
Maybe figuring out, like, I got 2 horns. Let's figure out how many times I can activate my Dark Alice. Let's go.
Right, so we spoke about the AGP and some of the new cards coming out. Is there any more topics you guys want to cover? Because I know Alex said something, but I don't know if you guys from Team Ogre have any shout-outs or news, or... Because, like, this is the first big event I've seen you guys go to and do well at. I don't know if there's...
I think it actually is, like, the first event we've actually gone to.
It is the first Ogre, little American Ogre event with multiples of us, going, so...
You're gonna go to Rhode
Island
or
well.
Florida or anything else?
I think we're all too poor. Maybe we'll be able to send somebody. I don't know. I gotta talk to our members. We just added a new Ogre actually today.
Ooh, who was it?
We added Jeremiah Polk to our team. He's a pretty good player. He
top 8? Or was that...
Yep, he top 8'd the event before. I think was it Pittsburgh.
Charlotte.
I think it's Pittsburgh. He was playing the Yggdrasil deck.
I'll check actually.
Yeah, and
if
actually
it's Charlotte, there's a big asterisk. No, I'm kidding.
And he he would have top 8'd on this past weekend, except I beat him in round 8.
Wow, dunk him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, him and I have been really good friends ever since like the game came out and we got to play against each other, and so it was like kind of nostalgic and kind of feel bads that one of us wasn't gonna make top 8 from that match, but.
Yeah, it's always weird when you're playing a buddy and you're both playing for top 8 convention, but at the end of the day, you realize that hey, one of us is going there.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really I wasn't really salty about getting paired against Anthony in top 8, because it's like, well, at least I know that someone from our team is for sure going to be represented America Worlds.
I mean, Jeremy made it too, so.
I know. Well, that was just like, bonus juice. It was pretty good.
I was very happy that Jeremy won his quarterfinals.
I mean, maybe if I would have played better, I could have been the 2 seed, and then there would have a chance for all 3 of us. But
that's
life. That'd have been nuts.
Yeah, I like being the 2 seed. It was great.
I bet.
So Alex.
Folks, better lucky than good.
Anything else, guys? Alex.
Oh yeah, so we also added a new member ourselves today. Matthew Hawkins joined our team today. He's going to be setting up his newly owned shop on our website, and he's going to also help us out with cards and decks that we need because he has so many of them in his own shop. And he'll be joining us on Outerworld from here on out.
So expect to see him around.
Cool.
He
was actually playing a Valentina 2.0 deck.
Yep, he was.
Yes, he was. He went
6-2.
Yeah, he was right off the bubble. He got 9th place.
I actually got the top after the. He was the 9th place person.
Ouch.
Yeah, he was in 9th place.
He's tops.
Because I got to speak with him at the bar after the tournament, and he said that he was so salty because he said that he got paired up in as round 1 or something against this rogue blazer deck.
I kept served up in round 1.
It was a rogue blazer deck that was mating 4 death sites and 4 barriers.
I remember hearing about that.
I was like, you poor bastard! That's so bad.
Just like,
The worst matchup
get
ever.
wrecked. His opponent had the great Metacall for round 1.
Oh yeah.
Right? Oh, and he said that he checked for the see what his breakers were gonna be like, and this guy like didn't win another match the rest of the day. He's like
That's great.
he took 100. He's like he took last on the board.
Oh my god. That's awful, but yeah, he's a really solid player, and we're happy to have him on the team. So I think that's about a cap, though, for us. I don't think we're adding anyone else anytime soon.
I don't know. For us, it
What
depends
about
if we
the
get
Outkick
bored.
World?
Yeah, like we get bored, we're like, let's get a new person. Cool.
That's what we do.
We weren't really even trying to add new people, to be honest. But he, like, I know him pretty well. I've talked to him at the last few events I've been to. He also offered to cover our cards, which is like a huge asset for us. So we really
Yeah,
need
you have
that.
to explain yourself, Alex.
He's
I mean,
a solid player on top of that.
So what'd you have to do to get that?
We're just like, let's
oh,
go.
you don't want to know. There's a reason why Alex isn't showing his face anymore. Harley, I wasn't even going that far.
How do you think he can travel so much?
There's a reason Alex is our captain.
Anyway, so it's been a pleasure to have you guys on. I'm sure we'll get some of you guys on again some other time if you do well at future events.
Pressure's on.
well.
You don't want to
Whoa.
talk just to get an invite. You want to talk to be on the show again. But
Oh man.
yeah, this episode was just mainly to cover the AGP which happened for you guys who were prepping for Los Angeles. But yeah, thanks Anthony, thanks Tyler for repping Team Ogre and doing well, and then Alex and Nick as well for Team Outerworld rep. Okay, so
Thank you for
thanks for
hosting.
joining.
Yeah, thanks.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. And all the information about articles and whatnot and other stuff which we talked about will be in the description below, including deck lists. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye, friends.
Bye.